Hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast. This is episode 1105 titled The Replacements, and we are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T.
How are you, T?
I am fantastic, dude. I have a glass of wine. Perfect.
Right?
And it's rainy. Well, not rainy, but it's cold. Mm-hmm. Kind of a rainy day. It's,
This
mellow.
is the perfect podcasting vibe.
Yeah, exactly. How are you, Lady J?
I'm good. Now that we're like here and we're doing this, I'm good.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
this is
it.
my groove. I feel right at home.
Perfect.
But this fucking episode, though, like, what is happening?
But how great is the title?
The Replacements, I know. Like, right away, you know exactly what they're talking
You're
about.
like, who's coming in?
Like, completely obvious that we're talking about replacing the Camden kids we've lost.
Yeah. And to hear him, doesn't he mention all the kids' names? Eric?
Maybe, yeah.
Like, Matt married Ruthie, this foreign exchange. Like, I feel like he's naming everybody's like story, but no Simon.
Yeah, they don't really tell us what Simon's up to. Like, because we got a clue, I guess, in the couple episodes ago about the shampoo that he's left at the house or whatever.
The name. What is this name? What's the shampoo's name?
I don't know.
15. I'm curious.
But it's like, yeah, like they haven't told us what Simon's up to. Like, we know Matt is dealing with his twins and medical, whatever. He's a doctor now. Mary's doing the teacher thing. That's where Annie's been.
Yeah.
You know? And Ruthie's in Scotland. But, like, Simon's just, like, not around. Which I'm wondering if that's on purpose. Like, they're kind of leaving the door open for him to potentially come back for a minute.
I think he's going to come back.
I think so.
I can't imagine. Because, like you said, they're leaving his story kind of unsaid. Don't really talk about him.
Yeah, like leave it vague so that they can retroactively like retcon it or whatever. Yeah, totally. That must be it. Or let's hope that's it, because otherwise it's just stupid.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that Annie does come back in this episode.
It's true. I was beginning to think we'd never see her again.
Yeah, I was like, did Mom run away?
She's been missing. And have you noticed that in this season, she's been billed as Annie Jackson Camden? Like, that's never been the case before. Like, she's always just been Annie Camden, but like when you look at the X-ray, she's Annie Jackson Camden this season.
Say what now?
Yeah, which is like a weird turn. Like, I almost wonder if Catherine was like, no, listen, if I'm coming back for one more season, I'm gonna be Jackson Camden. Like,
damn,
stake her claim or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah. But like, you can tell, like, there's like a palpable difference in the show when it's not the Camden show. Like in this episode, this is not the Camden show.
No.
This is the random like spinoff, backdoor spinoff pilot or whatever. Yeah. Like, what is this shit?
I've never watched the show The Fosters. I don't even know what it's about, but because these kids come in, I'm like, is this another case of the Fosters? Is this like some random kids that they're going to adopt?
I mean, fully, like, that's kind of what they're setting up in this episode. Even up to the point where Annie's like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not looking to have any more kids in my house. And then she gives in and she's like, okay.
But does she? Because she kept saying one night.
Yeah, but then she kind of does that thing of like, it is nice because we don't have any kids around, and so like it's nice that there's like all these teenagers around again.
Well, there goes your comfort, girl.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Annie. Ugh, whatever. So basically, we meet Jane and Redhead, because we don't get her name in this episode at all, even though we know what it is, but we don't learn it in this episode. So we meet Jane and Redhead, and Jane is played by Sarah Wright.
Yeah.
Who we know from, like...
I know her from House Bunny. That's the only thing I know her from.
So is she not the one that's in She's Out of My League? Is that Alice Eve?
I think that's Alice Eve. Like, that's is that her name?
I don't know, because I always confuse them. I know that there's an Alice Eve and I know that there's a Sarah Wright, but they look so similar. Like, I can't tell them apart.
All I know is the girl that She's Out of My League is the same girl that has a movie with Chris Evans it was on Netflix. Damn it, I can't remember. Whatever. But this girl I know from House Bunny.
Okay,
and I know that
she was also
separate.
in Parks and Rec as Jerry Gergich's or Larry Gergich, whatever his name is in the end. Gary Gergich, I guess. It's one of his daughters that Rob Lowe's character is dating.
Oh.
For like half a minute or whatever. She has like only a couple of appearances in that show. It's not like she's the main character, but I'm pretty sure that's Sarah Wright. Again, like I really don't know.
Yeah.
They're the same person. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so is that racist? I don't know. No, but because we're white? No. I don't know.
I can't believe it went there.
I don't know.
Best.
So anyway, so they appear and they're at the little mom's home. Where Lucy's waiting for them to give them a key because they're going to get an apartment there or whatever. Yeah. And she's fully put like a pillow under her shirt pretending to be pregnant. And Lucy catches on right away because they're a little rough around the edges and their answers aren't quite matching up or whatever.
Exactly.
And Redhead starts like shrieking for no reason.
I'm like, what
is her deal? Like, what is up with this girl?
I don't know. All I know, if this girl continues with her random things
so
like
weird.
This, yeah.
Like, just
I don't know why they did that.
I don't understand it either. But here's I don't know if this is like giving anything away or whatever, but like when I was Googling Sarah Wright just to make sure like who she is kind of thing, in her Wikipedia page, it says that she's known for several things. And then she's also known for playing Jane, Redhead's friend on Seventh Heaven.
Redhead's friend on Seventh Heaven?
Which means like Redhead is obviously the main attraction, right?
I guess so.
So, but from this introduction, it's all about like Jane. The Jane show. Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, because she tells Redhead not to speak and she'll do all the talking.
Yeah, really fucking confusing. I don't quite know where the show's going with this whole thing, with this whole dynamic, but there we have it.
I still don't understand how T-Bone and like how they know each other.
Yeah, it's unclear because they're clearly older than him. Like if T-Bone's 15, 16, these girls are like over 18.
Yeah.
Because they say that they've been aged out of like child services or whatever.
So sad.
And they have nowhere to go. Like they're basically living out of her car.
Yeah.
It is sad, but they're not doing themselves any favors by acting the way they're acting.
Exactly.
Like they're so entitled.
Thank you. I was about to say, like, you know, that statement, beggars can't be choosers, but I think they can. In this episode, they definitely can.
Clearly, Jane and Redhead are. Like,
well, Redhead doesn't even say shit.
I mean, I know.
Poor girl.
And she's almost being painted like she's the moral compass because she's the one who kind of like fucks up the deal of getting the apartment or whatever.
True. Yeah.
Under false circumstances, you know?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, like basically like Lucy catches on to their shenanigans and then she's like, you're not even pregnant, are you? And then Jane's like, oh yeah, okay, this pillow, I got it from your, office or whatever.
Dude, from your office?
Who knows? I don't understand the setup of this little mom's home. Like,
besides not only the mom's home, how they just break into the church.
Oh, that's like a whole other thing to deal with, like, which we'll get into. So when Lucy basically turns them away because they're like, well, can we talk to your mom? Can we talk to Annie?
Yeah.
And Lucy's like, well, she's out of town and she's not going to say anything different than what I'm telling you. Like, there's no room at this building. It's only for moms and blah, 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 blah. And so they're like, nah. So basically, that's them the whole episode. Meh. Yeah. So then they're like, oh shit, okay, well, we know T-Bone is staying at the church, which news to us, the audience, okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to go to the church and like hook up with T-Bone and try to like get in on whatever he's got going on, I guess.
You're like, when did they put bunk beds at the church? You have no idea until...
This is the thing that pisses me off about this episode beyond just the fact that like, what show is this?
Yeah.
Like, there's like no explanation of anything. So much like assumptions are just laid out there and we're just supposed to be like along for the ride. Like, okay, so now I'm supposed to understand that T-Bone's been crashing at the church without anybody knowing.
Yeah, because the locks suck.
Now I'm supposed to understand that T-Bone knows Jane and Redhead. Okay. Now I'm supposed to understand that Jane and Redhead are runaways, ? Like, there's so many things that are just like unexplained ever that it's like, okay, like, what show is this? Like, what are we doing? It's like out of left field, you know? Anyway, so then we cut over to the church where Eric's just doing his day-to-day and stuff. And he's leaving for the day. And as he's leaving, these two girls like fully like open the window in his office and like jump in.
Did they jump in, or were they just literally hiding behind that fucking leather
they were
couch?
Behind the couch. They were there the whole time, T. What?
How do you miss that?
How did they come in and he didn't see them?
And
I don't know. I just unexplained.
You're telling me you didn't hear their breathing? Nothing?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Whatever.
And mind you, so then he leaves and they like get all comfortable on the couch and they're like, we'll just wait for T-Bone, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So then Eric's outside.
Smoking a cigarette and fucking heathens.
Bitch. Like, useless. Like, anyway, why does Eric even have an ashtray is the question.
Did they even have an ashtray, or did they put it in their can?
No, she had an ashtray, I think. There was like a crystal thing in her hand. No, well, maybe I made it up. Just like I made up the window.
I mean, you know, we don't know what's happening to Eric. The man might be dying, but he might be enjoying his life right now too. At the same time,
that's true.
We don't know.
He's just on a whole nother level, Eric.
We still don't know what.
We still don't know.
Yeah, but apparently Theodore does.
We know he's lying still to everybody. But so he goes outside. That's right. That is his name. Didn't we predict it was Theodore as a joke?
Yeah,
you're like, I bet it's Theodore.
T-Bone. It's so weird when they say it, especially when you hear Annie say it. You're like, no, that shouldn't come out of your mouth. Please,
unnecessary. So then like his car won't start, his cell phone's dying.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's all coming crashing down on Eric. And as he's trying to get his car to start, T-Bone appears.
Yeah.
And obviously it's awkward for T-Bone because he was expecting there to be nobody there and for him to just do his normal routine of like crashing at the church or whatever. So he immediately is like, oh, hey, Reverend Camden, like, can I try helping you with your car? I fully thought he was going to pocket those keys and like run away. Because at some point he's like holding the keys in his hand and I was just like waiting for T-Bone to be a shady motherfucker and like run away. But he doesn't. And so then
wrong show.
Yeah, it's true. So then as they're talking, he kind of like, I don't want to say lets it slip because I'm pretty confident that like T-Bone purposely told Eric that he's been crashing at the church. Like, because he could have easily not admitted that.
Exactly.
And he fully just admitted that. So Eric's like, okay, that's a lot of information. Why don't you walk home with me right now?
Yeah.
And we'll figure out what to do with you, you know? Meanwhile, those two girls are just sitting in his office waiting for T-Bone.
Dude.
While Lucy calls and leaves a message that they fully like hang up the phone on because they're like annoyed by her or whatever.
Dude. Freaking they pull the cord out.
Yeah. It's like, they're just bad eggs. Like that, like all of this is just to serve the purpose of like telling the audience like, oh yeah, they're rough around the edges. They're not like sweet little innocent girls, you know. I mean, they smoke and they break into places and they pull cords out of phones. And
look, I smoke. I don't do that kind of shit. Get out of here.
No, but it's like that classic propaganda that the show continues to play into of like smoking pot is bad. Like you are a bad person if you smoke weed, you know.
Oh yeah, you know she has a couple doobies in the car. I want all the doobies in the car.
Yeah. And then he's like fucking dumping them down the disposal. Like now your house is going to smell like weed. Like what are you thinking, Eric?
You're like, you never smoked pot, have you?
Idiot. Clearly the best way to get rid of them is to smoke them.
Seriously. It's the only way to get rid of them.
And honestly, are we supposed to believe that Eric has never smoked pot? I mean, he says he hasn't, but like,
he says he hasn't, and he has. I guess one for the team, right?
I mean, I guess so. It's like, wake the fuck up, dude.
But did Annie have like a traumatic experience with pot?
One of her friends died.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then she's like, I'll never smoke again.
Like, okay, I have no words.
Well. So, but like you said, so as they're walking home, T-Bone basically like cuts through all the bullshit with Eric.
Yeah.
And like asks him point blank, like, are you okay, dude?
What do you know?
I don't know anything, but I can surmise from the fact that you're sensitive about your breathing that there's some sort of health issue, possibly.
You do know something. How do you know something?
Honestly, I don't. You got a few messages to call at Dr. Segay's office, but the nurse didn't say why, so I know nothing.
Nothing?
Is there any reason why the homeless guy Stanley might know something?
Why would Stanley, the homeless guy, know something?
I don't know. I just saw Kev giving him his pants a couple of nights ago. Are you seriously ill?
No, I'm not.
If this is a bad time for me to be at your house, again, I would welcome the solitude of the church accommodations following that spaghetti supper.
No, you just come home with me now.
Hey, maybe I can be of some help. I'm a good conversationalist. It's always good to have someone to talk to.
I don't want to talk about it.
It? So there is something going on. Does Mrs. Camden know?
No one knows.
Except for Stanley, the homeless guy, and possibly Kevin, which would automatically mean Lucy, which may be the reason that they fled the city.
They didn't flee the city.
So they'll be back tonight?
They're staying away for a couple of nights.
How sick are you?
He won't let it go.
Yeah, he won't.
He's like a dog with a bone.
He also
unintended.
kind of reminds me of Matt.
Okay.
In a weird, or like trying to fill the space of what Matt used to be.
See, I'm glad you picked up on that, because I don't know that I made the Matt connection, but definitely I'm getting vibes from T-Bone of like, he has an interesting way of talking and being.
And comforting.
Like, I don't know really what he's trying to do. Like,
I don't. Yeah.
Like, just everything that he says, you know, like, I'm a good listener, and like, are you really okay? And just like, he's so familiar. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro, I don't even know you. Like, how is he so comfortable?
Yeah.
You know, talking to the Reverend, talking about Lucy and Kev and, you know, whatever.
Like,
it's
even
like,
you could tell his face is like, he's looking at, he's like, who are you?
And that's why Eric's like so like taken aback, because he's like, wait, how do you know something? Like, who are you? Like, you know, like, where is, like, just random.
Yeah.
And it's like we sort of said, even when we first met him a few episodes back, like, he's kind of playing that like, angel character that like Sergeant Michaels used to play, where he's just kind of like there and like he knows things and is like the little angel on your shoulder, you know, like, it's an interesting character.
Yeah, he's interesting.
And to your point, now that you've said it, like, maybe that is kind of filling the Matt void, because Matt sort of served that purpose of like cutting through his parents' bullshit, you know, and getting right to like, calm down, or what is really going on here, or whatever, that T-Bone seems to be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put my finger on it, but it's definitely like new / different / interesting question mark.
Because with Matt and Eric, it was always the question game.
Yes.
But with these two, it's a question, but you're getting an answer.
Yes.
Because there isn't, like, Matt is Eric's son, so therefore he's going to hide things if he can, or if he's going to try to weasel information out of his dad. With T-Bone, that sounds weird coming out of my mouth. I'm going to say Theodore.
There you go.
He's not like that.
Yeah. And I think because T-Bone or Theodore is not family, there is a sense of like third partiness. Yeah. Where Eric is willing maybe to lay all the truth out there for him, as opposed to like Annie or Lucy or, you know, his own family.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. And so whatever. So then they get to the house, and then Jane's there all of a sudden, like, just shows up on the back porch. Yeah. And confronts Eric like, oh, hey, is Mrs. Camden home? Like, blah, 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 blah.
Is Jane supposed to be a mix of Simon and Mary?
I don't know. See, now you're making me wonder if they're trying to make parallels. It never occurred to me to make parallels.
I don't want to.
Kids.
I don't want to, but only because Jane is smart like Simon, like Simon's childhood,
like shrewd like Simon.
Yeah. And I guess I can't.
With a little bit of like a bad streak like Mary or whatever.
Exactly, but I hate saying a bad streak.
I know,
like
poor Mary.
Because she wasn't bad.
She wasn't.
It was literally she trashed the fucking gym and that's
thrust
it.
upon her.
Seriously though, girl got run over and that's it.
I know. There's all downhill from there.
What was that guy's name? Mike? What was his name?
It was Michael.
Right?
Michael, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Mike, yeah, who cares?
Didn't she make out with him in a cop car?
She did. She did something with Mary. Did some shit. Remember when Mary did that whole like smoking pot and drinking alcohol with with that couple?
Yeah. Frank?
Yes, Frankie and Johnny.
Probably.
I think, yeah.
That poor baby.
What a whole lifetime ago that was.
4 seasons. That was a year and a half ago for us.
Yeah. Woof. Anyway, so then Jane appears and she's like a little forceful.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, we'll just wait for her. Oh, whatever. Like, we need a place to stay.
Not taking no for an answer at all.
And so because Eric's in this awkward position where like he's already invited T-Bone over and Annie's not around. So he's like, okay, fine, come in, like, whatever. But like, if you're like, whatever pot you got to get rid of it. No one's staying here for the night if they've got pot on them. So then Jane comes in and there's that awkward moment between her and T-Bone.
Yeah.
Which again begs the question, what's their history?
Yeah.
Clearly T-Bone knows Jane, but we never get the full story of how or why.
Yeah.
And Jane even says to, I think, Eric, like, T-Bone doesn't know everything and he knows less than what he thinks he knows or whatever, which was that supposed to be some cryptic, like, we'll come back to that moment? I don't know. Like, so many, like, random things like this happen in this episode where you're just like, as an audience member, you're like, okay, add that to the list of shit I don't understand.
So we know, okay, you and I both know that this Theodore T-Bone, whatever he is, is sticking around.
Right. I don't know about Jane and Redhead. I'm going to guess that they're also going to stick around, but I don't actually know that for a fact.
I was actually curious.
Should we find out?
We should find out.
Let's find out right now.
I think we should.
Okay.
It's necessary. I don't know, because it's like,
I want to know now. Yeah, now that you've mentioned that, I'm curious.
What am I getting into here?
Yeah, I know, because at least like we'll care more to invest in them.
Like I mean, if you want me to, I can talk shit, but I'm not. Whatever.
But I mean, listen, I'm happy to talk shit regardless of whether or not these people are going to be sticking around.
Are you? I know, but are you kicking it? And if you're kicking it, then maybe I should get a little invested. A little.
If my gut tells me they're kicking it, but let's find out. So Sarah Wright, who at the time was going as Sarah Mason because she was married to some actor person named Mason.
Okay.
And now you know who she's married to? Eric Christian Olsen.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Say
what?
Say what now?
Okay, so she's in 17 episodes.
Okay.
Which is the rest of the season.
All right. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Then that just means
she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I can talk shit all I want, but now that I'm supposed to give a damn about this character.
So, okay, but all the more reason to spend some time giving us a backstory in this episode.
But maybe that gets laid out. Maybe.
I mean, and we get a little bit of a backstory in terms of her life, right?
Yeah.
Which is that like her dad is a disappearing act, only shows up when he wants money.
Yeah.
Her mom met somebody online, but he's like a little abusive. Like, threatens to beat her up.
But we don't know anything about Redhead, right?
We really don't, because she doesn't talk. She like even when Jane like brings her around, right? Which is like a surprise to Eric, because,
of course,
right? And then Jane's like, I'll do all the talking, like you keep your mouth shut. And so Eric like asks Redhead pointed questions like, what's your name? What's your deal?
Yeah.
And Redhead's like, she's doing all the talking. Like, bitch, you're staying here. Like, get your act together.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm expecting Redhead to be...
There's definitely a story there.
There's definitely a story, but I'm thinking that there's going to be something... I don't know. Maybe she's going to do something amazing.
Don't you also feel like she's a little bit older?
Yes.
And maybe more of the problematic case.
100%. I'm expecting something really crazy and profound coming out of this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, or maybe I'm speculating and this is not even going to happen what I just said. For all we know, it's like not even
a garbage. Yeah.
Yeah. But because she's so quiet, again, moral compass, like you said, like she has this sense of guilt without really even saying that she feels guilty. There is a sense of guilt, or she doesn't like doing something wrong. So I don't know.
And clearly her circumstances are perhaps more precarious than Jane's.
Yeah.
Which is why she's so quiet about her past and where she's from and how it is that she's come to be on her own or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. For the record, she's also sticking around for the rest of the season.
Okay. All right. Fine.
So T-Bone, Jane, and Redhead aren't going anywhere.
All right.
They are the new foster kids in the Camden house for sure.
Hey, Heavenhead family, are you ready for this? Because we're going to do a lot of talking.
Like, I thought the introduction of Rose last season was as far left field as it was going to get. And these three are so far out of left field for me.
Yeah.
Like, these three do not fit into the fabric of this show. Like, I don't understand what this show is anymore. I just don't. I don't like, that being said, I did have this moment, and it's hard for me to like pinpoint exactly what that moment was, but like, I do get the sense that the show, or Brenda Hampton or whatever, is making at least some effort to potentially tackle some like real world issues in a more real way.
Yes, it's not so cookie cutter and so sweet and like give me a fucking toothache kind of show.
It seems more like grounded
a little bit
in like reality. Like, I have an abusive stepdad. I'm smoking pot. Like, I'm a runaway.
Yeah.
You know, with T-Bone, you know, his mom is just a no-show.
Yeah.
Like, literally like left him because she was tired of being a mom. He never even knew his dad. He tries to make ends meet. Like, he really made me sad. Like, T-Bone is a truly tragic character.
Yeah.
Who when I look at what he's doing and how he came to be part of this house now or whatever, like, it feels genuine. Like, he's just a kid, you know? He's got a job. He scrapes pennies together to like take the bus to the church so he can have a place to sleep at night, you know? And then even Eric says, and yet you shared a pizza with my daughter. Like, you didn't have to do that, you know? Like I think he's genuinely like this beautiful sort of tragic character.
Do you think we met another reverend?
Ooh.
There's some I know
parallels.
I know that's really like kind of thing to say, but he's a helper.
Like, you think Eric might groom him?
God, I hope not.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? But like look,
I wouldn't hate it, honestly.
I wouldn't, but it's just, you know, it's Eric.
I mean, it would be too much. Yeah, obviously. Because the show can't do anything with nuance. But
Thank you. But what I'm trying to say with this character, or with whatever, with Theodore, for someone that has had a not shitty upbringing, for all we know, it might have been great when he was a kid. We don't know.
Sure.
Mom left because she couldn't handle it, whatever.
Sure.
Never met Pops. But, I mean, it's within you, right? Like, this guy he's like, I'll listen to you. I'll talk to you. I'll help you. Nosy.
Sure.
100% nosy.
Yes.
Oh my God, he's fucking Eric.
He really is.
Oh my God, he's fucking
Holy
Eric.
shit.
What?
Holy shit, you're right.
Because he's nosy, and then he's saying, I'm not involved. Like, don't.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know nothing.
No, I don't know anything.
But he knows everything, you know?
Yeah, that part in the kitchen where, you know, when Eric looks at him, he's like, oh, like, all good. I remember that. Like, what's that face for? Why are you so confused? But
yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is this. Like, Jane and Redhead haven't won me over yet.
Yeah.
But T-Bone like fully has won me
I
over.
know,
Like, I'm here to see what's going to happen with this kid, because like I feel him. Like, I get where he's coming from. I feel like I understand his motivation,
because it's right there in the surface. He doesn't hide anything.
But also though, because the show went there.
Yeah.
The show gave us that. With Jane and Redhead, they're just showing these like snarky little shits that like are, you know, like they want what they want, and they're like pissed that he put their pot down the thing, and they're weirdly like ungrateful, and yet they know how good they have it because they have a roof over their head, and it's better than sleeping in their car. And it's like, what's your deal, man?
But I guess I don't know. I think it's self-preservation. Probably.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, who knows what they've been through?
Yeah.
Like, especially Redhead, you know, Lord knows.
Look at us sounding like we give a shit, but they're not real people. Like, if this is a real person, then I get this conversation.
But they're real for us in the show.
I know.
Now,
that's how we're supposed to take them. Yeah, I know.
I don't know. But here's the craziest thing about this episode that we have, like, we kind of touched on it. Everything that we just said, that's it. Yeah. That's all that happens in this. Like, nothing actually happens in this episode. It's just a series of scenes of these kids with Eric.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all we get. And of course, we do see Annie and Eric kind of confesses something.
Right.
Kind of.
So it's not until Annie comes home, surprising Eric like one night early or whatever, which I love her.
Which she thought she was going to get some hanky-panky. That ain't going to happen.
I don't think she did. But
really?
Because Eric says like, oh man, like I was hoping to like get the house clean, whatever. Yeah. And she goes, no, that's why I wanted to surprise you because I knew you were going to do that and I didn't want you to do that. Like, I think that's just Annie, like being Annie, like, like just trying to like make a gesture, you know? And so she comes in and there's all these like kids in her house and she's like, what the fuck? And so Eric has to like do damage control, you know?
Yeah.
Cause Annie's like, okay, one night, fine. And then you deal with all of this in the morning and I'll deal with Sam and Eric.
Yeah.
But then Eric's hiding the fact that he's homeschooling the twins.
I know.
So he's trying to get her to be like, he's like, I'll take care of the twins. You deal with them.
Exactly.
Like, Eric. So she's like, what is going on here? Like she picks up what he's putting down immediately. She's not an idiot. You know, she's been around the block a few times.
She's been married to you for over 25 years. I think she should know when you're fucking hiding something.
So he finally has to be like, I'm homeschooling the kids. You know, I don't know what's happening, whatever. And Annie, I think, in what can only be described as a moment of grace on her part, is she has this moment of reflection and she's just like, absolutely. Yeah. Like, we have earned the right at our age and at this stage of our lives, we have earned the right to do whatever the fuck we want.
It's true.
To raise our family however we want. Yeah. To live our lives however the fuck we want. Yeah. So if you want to homeschool these kids, let's fucking do it. Yeah. We won't be locked into the, September to June schedule. We won't be locked into the 8 to 3:30 schedule. Yeah. We'll make it work. It's going to be fine. Like she's rooting for her husband. Yeah. She's rooting for their lives, for their marriage in a way that's like liberating. I
100% appreciate how Annie was behind that. However, I'm just going to throw this question out there. If Eric didn't get emotional, do you think it would have been a different reaction from Annie?
Yeah, because he does that whole, like, I just want to spend time with my boys. The other kids, they're already gone. But
he gets emotional.
Boys,
like it's not like crocodile tears. This is like...
Because of the secret he's hiding.
We don't know
what's happening. Die.
I'm assuming this man is dead.
I know.
That's what I'm assuming.
He's received a death sentence.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. He has an expiration date, unfortunately. Yeah. This is what I'm thinking. So when he gets that kind of emotional, I'm thinking...
It spurs her to be like, absolutely, let's do whatever we want.
But again, like, Annie, good on you. Because... anyone can live the life that they want. Who gives a fuck? Forget society standards or whatever. But Annie, like, to say like we've earned the right, like she's 100% correct because she has done it the other way. She can actually say, I have done it that way. I'm going to try this one. Not to say that you can live your life the way that you want to, but like hearing her say like, I earned the right, fuck it. I'm like, yes. This is cool. Let's see it. I'm curious to see how homeschooling is going to be taken care of in this show.
And see, and I think so like contextually, she's saying, fuck it. I've raised half of my kids this way. Exactly. Let's do this. But subtextually, what she's really saying is like, fuck it. Let's you and me live our lives how we want to live our lives. Like the school thing is just the sort of... the set dressing, but the real moment they're having right now is the two of them saying this is our third act.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it however we want to do it.
Exactly.
You know, we've come so far. We've been together for all this time. You know, we're certainly in the closing moments of our lives together. You know, not that they're not going to die anytime soon kind of thing. I mean, Eric is.
We don't know.
Besides the point. She doesn't know that. But, you know, like, whatever. Like, she's saying, let's just do it, you and me, how we want to do it, because we're there now. This is our time to do that. You know, like, when else are we going to do that? You know? So, I don't know, in a way, and bad on Eric for not using this opportunity to just tell her what he knows.
It's like he confesses like the half truths, man. It's like he's giving you
and she fucking gives him the opportunity. She's like, "Is that everything? Are you not telling me something?" And he goes, "Yeah, there's hamsters." It's like, God damn it, Eric.
It's kind of whatever happened between him and Lucy.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm telling you what happened, but I'm leaving out this.
It's like, come on, that's your fucking wife, dude.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
what are you doing right now? Like, what is? And maybe it's just that he's in denial, and I'll allow that if that's the case.
Either he's in denial or he's just really scared to tell her, of all people,
because of what it means, I guess.
Maybe,
but all the more reason. Like she's basically saying, this is our third act. Let's do it, baby. You and me through the rest of our lives together. This is your chance.
And also, Eric, she's your ride or die.
Come on,
she's your ride or die, and like that. Yeah.
Undying.
Yeah, like she's proven this shit to you.
Absolutely. And not only is she his ride or die, but like she's like his biggest advocate.
Yeah.
Like, not only will she be there, but like she's gonna fight for him. She's gonna, you know, all this shit. And it's like, Eric, I can fucking throttle you right now. Like, what are you doing? Stupid. Like, it's a missed opportunity really on his part, and he's gonna regret it. He's gonna rue the day.
Yeah,
because now anytime after this that he tells her is just gonna be like, you lied to me this whole time.
Oh, I hope
you know
not.
what I mean?
I know. I can like, hear that argument.
You've been lying to me this whole time. Why?
Because that's true. She's been gone for a couple weeks, right?
Right. And so
when did
okay,
he
fine.
find out?
He didn't want to tell her while she was away. Chill. But now she's back. They had this amazing moment together.
Yeah.
That was your chance, guy.
Exactly.
Come on. Ugh, Eric. Dumb. It's his own pride. It's his own, like, whatever, hubris or whatever, you know? I don't know.
For sure.
Oh, so okay, so what we didn't talk about was the whole Sandy side of the equation.
Fucking hate Sandy.
Right, because while Eric is dealing with these 3 teenagers in his house, fucking, what's his name? Daniel calls him.
Is that
the guy that she's dating? Daniel, right?
I think so. Yeah,
I know that
Daniel.
it's played by Aaron Staton, but that's confusing because the kid's name is Aaron, whatever.
It's just so weird because you said Daniel, and then I saw Sandy or Haley Duff saying Daniel. Like, I saw her mouth say it too. Anyways, go on.
So he calls Eric while at Sandy's apartment. Like, he and Sandy call, but he's the one talking. And he's asking Eric his advice of what he thinks about somebody dating somebody who has a kid with another guy or whatever. And Eric's like, oh, Sandy or whatever. Like, he's not an idiot. And so, because Eric is like distracted and obviously like preoccupied by what's going on in his house right now.
With 1,000 kids as always.
And the fucking twins are there and like putting their siblings on blast. Like, our siblings never come to visit. Like, it's like, shut up, stupid babies. Like, you know?
Go play with your fucking hamsters.
Seriously.
Jesus and Mom.
Yeah, let's not forget that those are their names ever. Great. So he's like, I think you guys should just be friends for now. Whatever. It like hangs up the phone. So then Daniel and Sandy are left to be like, okay, well, he says we should just be friends. Okay. And Daniel tells Sandy, you call him and you try to get a different answer out of him. Something that we like or whatever. And Sandy's immediately like put off by that.
Yeah.
And Daniel doubles down and starts saying that he's in love with her and he wants to be with her. And I'm so proud of Sandy. Like, I could not be more proud of Sandy for completely shutting down as he's saying those things and just being like, wait, what now?
Yeah.
Like, what did you just fucking say to me? You love me? You don't even know me, guy.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, she knows immediately that he's just trying to get in her pants.
Exactly.
And so she fully turns on him and he leaves. Okay.
Yeah.
So then she picks up the phone and calls Eric of her own accord.
Yeah.
But again, it's not a good time because Eric is dealing with the shit show at his house.
Exactly.
And as she's talking to him, Daniel shows back up at the fucking house.
Yep.
And he's like telling her all this stuff like, I know that I freaked you out or whatever, but it's true. Like, I genuinely like you and like, I think I'm in love with you and I don't see any problem with us sleeping with each other before marriage and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And Sandy's whole thing is like, okay, but I do.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I see myself falling in love, getting married before I have sex again. Like, I that's what I'm looking for. And she even calls him, she goes, you're a talker. Yeah. You talked circles around me just now and you tried to talk me into doing something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And like, she's not here for it. And Eric's on the phone the whole time hearing them
like,
having this conversation.
Guys, I'm here. Poor
like,
guy.
I'm still here. I have some thoughts.
Yeah. He's like, I have thoughts. Wait, whoa.
Because fucking, and then so Daniel, like one last, go, and this time it works because he's like, okay, so let's spend time with each other, let's get to know each other, and you'll come around. Like, I'll show you why my way of thinking isn't all that wrong or whatever. And she kind of like is into it. Like, she accepts the fact that he's at least willing to like take it at her pace or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they like kiss, and then Martin shows up immediately.
Dude.
Which I love that little subtle moment of him calling Daniel out and being like, I know you saw me in the parking lot. Otherwise you would have left. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love that he says that.
I can't believe Martin is around this season again.
Dude, first of all, he's still looking dirty to me. I don't know what it is. He looks dirty.
He's just, you can tell, like, he's filling out. The guy is...
Yeah, he's becoming a man.
Something. He's not that little...
He's not a cute boy
No,
anymore.
like, this guy... Like, it's weird. Did he just get a growth spurt in the end?
He is our age.
Yeah.
So 07, 06, 07.
Yeah.
Like 20-ish, 20 years old. Like
his face is even getting bigger. Like, his structure's just, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he's
right.
like bulked up some.
Yeah. We don't like him.
Whatever. So then he shows up and he's like, what the fuck? Like, I said the same shit to you.
Yeah.
And you were like, okay. And now what the hell's going on with this guy and whatever.
Dude, okay. Okay. Serious question about Sandy. If you were her friend, what would you be telling her? If you were in that apartment, like just hanging out with your friend, what would you tell Sandy when it comes to Daniel and Martin?
I would say that she doesn't need to jump into anything right now.
Yeah.
If she wants to date, fine. I think it's fine for her to date Daniel. I think it's fine for her to date Martin. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Martin connection is something more than just dating him.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's her baby's father. But for their relationship, they can still just be dating right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that it's fine for her to date whoever she wants. I think I'm on her page of like, I don't want to see her jump into anything. I don't want to see her commit to anything right now.
Seriously,
because
same.
She's trying to get her life off the ground. You know what I mean? She had this baby like less than a year ago. Like, she needs to like get her shit back in gear. You know, she changed her whole career path. She changed schools. Now she's doing the seminary thing. Mm-hmm. Great. And I want to see her like put energy into that and make that happen as her focus.
Yeah.
And then she can date whoever she wants, like whatever. Just don't put all your eggs in one or the other basket. Mm-hmm. That's what would be my advice to her.
Yeah, especially, dude, you're trying to finish up school.
Yeah.
You have a kid. Like,
that's not nothing. That's a lot already on your plate.
It's a lot of stress.
Not to mention like dating drama.
Yeah, and like comforting somebody else's emotions other than yourself and your son.
No, she doesn't need that.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's not only, it's too much, and she I don't think she can handle that right now. Like,
No.
it's gonna fall apart. Like, one or the other thing is gonna give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too much on her plate.
Damn, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Which is not to say that she doesn't have the strength to handle it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I think she does. She has a lot of, man. I like her sassiness and
Yeah.
her balls and her. She's gonna cut through the bullshit. Like, don't play mind games. Tell me the fucking truth, exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. And I like that. I admire it. Let me just go straight to the point. It's how I am with life. It's how you should be in general.
Yeah, it's how you get what you want /
Exactly.
need. Like, she's not going to do herself any favors by like just going along with whatever Daniel says or going along with whatever Martin says.
Yeah.
She needs to know what she wants and needs for herself and her life, you know, and then be with the person who complements that, who gives her the space to have what it is that she wants and needs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
For an episode about nothing, we said a lot.
This storyline was like so so minuscule.
Yeah.
There was like literally maybe like 5 minutes devoted to it all told.
I wasn't even expecting to see them, to be
I
quite
really
honest.
didn't, yeah, because we didn't even see them till like 3/4 into the episode.
Exactly. I'm like,
it was like
what?
an afterthought.
Yeah, it's like, why did you bring these characters
I don't
in
know.
randomly?
I don't know. It's like unnecessary. Not that it was unnecessary, but it was like very felt like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we need to fill time, so let's go check in on Sandy now. Like, I don't know.
We can't make it about these adopted kids.
Yeah.
You know that's what's happening. I mean, at least we're assuming.
Because as soon as Annie and Eric have that whole conversation about like, this is our third act, let's do however we want kind of thing, then they have that moment where Annie's like, you know, I got to admit, it's nice having teenagers in the house again. Like, it wasn't that long ago that all the teenagers in our house were ours.
Yeah.
You know, and then they have to laugh at themselves because it's like, oh no, at some point it was always randos too. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Like, there's always been randos in that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
It started with Robbie, I guess.
Yeah, definitely Robbie.
Somewhere
Right?
like season 2 or 3.
Probably 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe 2.
Jesus.
I know.
No way.
Doesn't that feel like such a lifetime ago?
I have no concept of time.
Yeah. I swear. It's so crazy.
Especially when it comes to this show because
Because of how we watched it.
we just inhaled it.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I know I did.
But yeah, so I get the sense that Annie's softening on her stance.
Yeah.
That these kids gotta go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they're gonna be here. I mean,
Living
we know
her-
they're gonna be here to
Yeah.
stay, but
She was living her best life for a couple episodes.
Then she went to New York for a few weeks. Good on her. She got away.
Yeah.
And now she's back in it.
now taking care of everything else. All right.
Yeah.
Back to laundry load. We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, really, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what happens in this episode. Like, not much. And yet, such opening of the door to the rest of the season. Like, clearly, I guess.
Like, it's weird. With this episode, I feel like there's a lot of emotional baggage, but not of... some growth in the not growth in the characters, but more like the storyline is progressing, but it's so small that it doesn't really matter.
Well, here's the thing is the storylines that we've come to care about over the last 4 episodes, like, fall away in this one.
Yeah.
Lucy's story, journey of closure and moving past her trauma falls away in this episode.
Yeah.
Annie's journey of living her best life falls away in this episode. You know, like, all the stuff that they've been building on, all of a sudden, hard stop. Let's introduce these 3 new characters everyone's going to care about now, you know. It makes me question and wonder if this is when they got the call that they're doing a full 22 instead of just 13.
Probably.
And then Brenda was like, pump the brakes. Okay, you got to slow down the train of everybody else. Introduce some new people so that we can build an arc for the next 17 episodes or whatever. I feel like that must be it. Because otherwise, why would you introduce people like at this late stage of the game, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, well.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope they don't live to regret it. Imagine if this season went so well that the show just kept going and it was like still on today.
Oh my God.
Imagine though. Just like think about that.
I don't want to.
It would never end. I'll tell you what, we wouldn't be doing this podcast right now. That's for damn sure.
No.
That's for damn sure. If this show was still on the air, we would not be talking about it.
Seriously. No way.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, and is there any other stray observations?
No.
That's going to do it for us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We buried it.
Thanks as always for listening, folks. You know where to find us on the social medias.
Wait a minute.
What?
What are you going to rate this episode?
Oh, see, I totally forgot. Oh my gosh.
Because you don't care that much about this episode.
Because nothing happens. It's weird to rate this one.
I know. I agree.
I guess I'm going to have to give it 2 thumbs down because, like,
Yeah.
what?
I know. Okay. 2 thumbs down, 2 thumbs down. All right. Done.
All right.
Continue on.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, you know where to find us on the social medias.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we are on Patreon at patreon.com/4 Heaven's Sake Pod. We've got a couple tiers on there. As you know by now, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you'll get access to 2 bonus episodes a month of live commentary on movies that T has seen that I have not, which is fun. Mm-hmm. Do you know we've been doing that for a year?
What?
Yeah. There is a year's worth of movie podcasts
Was our
on
first
our Patreon.
Wait, was the first one Death Becomes Her?
Yes.
And it's already been a year?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
I know.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah. So there's like a ton of there's like hours of content.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the
guys.
Patreon.
Yeah, guys.
It's really we enjoy doing it. I feel like we're gonna keep doing it long after this podcast is over.
That's like sheer like fun time, playtime.
So if you want to keep us in your ear holes for at least the foreseeable future, that's patreon.com/4 Heaven's Sake Pod. And until next time, bye.
Bye.